All right, buckle up, my friends. We're about to embark on a right laugh riot through the most hilarious spots in Perth, Australia. Forget your boring landmarks and stuffy museums. We're talking about the places that'll have you chortling into your shrimp on the barbie. So grab a jar of Vegemite, whack on your sunnies and get ready for a proper Aussie adventure. First up, we're headed to King's Park and Botanic Garden, a sprawling oasis right in the heart of the city. Now, I'm not exaggerating when I say sprawling. This place is massive. I swear I spent a good hour trying to find my way back to the car park after a particularly enthusiastic bird-watching expedition. Turns out those kookaburras have a wicked sense of humour, leading me on a merry chase through the eucalyptus trees. But hey, who needs a map when you've got stunning views of the city's skyline and the sparkling Swan River to guide you? Plus, getting lost just adds to the adventure, right? It's all part of the King's Park experience, along with the picnics, the wildflowers, and the occasional rogue quokka looking for a cuddle. Just maybe stick to the marked paths, yeah? Unless you fancy a staring contest with a very unimpressed possum. Trust me, I've been there. Next stop, Cottesloe Beach. Now, this place is about as iconic as it gets in Perth. Picture this: golden sand, turquoise water, and a sunset that'll make you want to write a cheesy love song. But hold on to your hats, folks, because there's another side to Cottesloe, a slightly more feathered side. I'm talking about the seagulls. Those cheeky blighters are notorious for their chip-stealing antics. One minute you're enjoying a peaceful seaside snack, the next you've got a flock of seagulls dive-bombing your lunch. It's like a scene out of Hitchcock's The Birds, but with less suspense and more squawking. My advice? Eat fast, eat strategically, and maybe bring an umbrella, just in case. Next up, Freemantle Markets, where quirky is king. Now let's mosey on down to Freemantle Markets, a treasure trove of all things quirky, crafty, and downright delicious. We're talking handmade jewellery, vintage clothing, didgeridoos, you name it, they've got it. But the real stars of the show, the street performers, from buskers belting out Aussie classics to magicians pulling budgies out of hats, there's never a dull moment in Fremantle. I swear, I once saw a bloke juggling chainsaws while riding a unicycle. It was like a fever dream, but with better souvenirs. So if you're looking for a unique shopping experience with a side of good old-fashioned entertainment, Freemantle Markets is the place to be. Just be sure to bring your sense of humour and an empty suitcase for all the goodies you're bound to find. Next up, Perth Zoo, where the wild things are and sometimes steal your sunglasses. Next up, we're off to Perth Zoo to meet some furry, scaly, and occasionally grumpy locals. Now, I'm a bit of an animal lover myself, but even I have my limits. Like the time I got a little too close to the orangutan enclosure, and let's just say those guys have a thing for sunglasses. One minute I'm admiring their impressive arm span, the next I'm watching my favorite shades disappear over the fence. It was like something out of a cartoon. Luckily, the zookeepers were on hand to negotiate a hostage situation with a particularly mischievous primate. Moral of the story? Don't wear your best sunglasses to the zoo. Unless you're looking to make a new primate pal, of course. Last but not least, we're taking a leisurely cruise down the Swan River. Well, I say leisurely, but my attempt at stand-up paddleboarding was anything but. Imagine, if you will, a giraffe on roller skates. That's basically what I look like out there on the water. Let's just say that balance isn't exactly my forte. But hey, at least I provided some entertainment for the passing boats. And who knows, maybe I'll even inspire a new water sport drunken giraffe paddleboarding. But even if you're not as naturally gifted or ungifted as me, a trip down the Swan River is a must-do in Perth, whether you opt for a romantic gondola ride, a high-speed jet boat adventure, or a leisurely kayak session. The views are guaranteed to take your breath away. Just maybe leave the paddleboarding to the professionals, yeah? So there you have it, folks, my hilarious highlights of Perth, Western Australia. From cheeky seagulls to sunglass-stealing orangutans, this city's got it all. Honestly, I've had a right laugh exploring this part of the world with you lot. Perth, you've been an absolute scream. You've shown us a good time, you've stolen our sunglasses, and you've definitely stolen our hearts. Until next time, stay bonza.